All right. Going live, and we're live, apparently. All right, I'm going to give it a few minutes for the thing to catch up.
Yes, I'm trying to see.
You're trying to see it? Are we there? Okay, good. I think we're
Yes,
here.
we are.
Greetings, fellow humans. We are here. We are live for the first time on the Oh Geeez YouTube channel. So we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna see what happens. No pressure for anything. Um, we're just gonna hang here for a few minutes and see if you guys have any questions for us, any thoughts you want to give. We can talk about Owl House, we can talk about Amphibia, we can talk about music, any kind of music, what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd also like to formally introduce myself.
Yes,
I've never been technically on this channel before.
that's right.
Um, but yes, I'm Alex. I'm the drummer in this little band called Oh Geeez. Um, I appreciate everybody who's here now. That's great to see a good amount of people here. And yeah, basically, if you have any questions, whether it be music or about the shows, I'm actually I was pretty new to these to both Owl House and Amphibia. I started watching because of our music, um, and so yeah, I'll have a different perspective, but I definitely enjoyed both shows a ton. So I'll answer any questions regarding that too. But
Okay, we actually have one question already here.
oh,
We've
that's
got
great.
a question. What songs of yours were inspired by other songs?
Oh,
Which
oh,
is very key, I think, for us because
yes,
especially with coming home, that was a big part of the experiment, was kind of seeing if we could do our own version of different songs that we were enjoying at the time. So for instance, Fighter was very much inspired by Machine Gun Kelly's album,
yeah.
and Let Me In was inspired by Vinyl Theater. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they are a big influence of ours, kind of, for me at least, kind of hometown heroes of the Milwaukee music scene. So that was very much inspired by that. Awakening was inspired by Green Day, their 21st Century Breakdown album. And what else? Alex, what are some
21
other ones?
Pilots. 21 Pilots is a
Oh yeah,
big one.
a lot of 21 Pilots, Breakthrough, 21 Pilots, Trouble Prone, Owl City, big time with that one. And that was kind of the name of the game with that era. What we were doing was like trying to do our own spin on these songs and artists that we really enjoyed.
Yeah, we were definitely still trying to figure stuff out. I think Wilder was very much, you know, sort of honing in on what we thought was best about that first little experiment. Kylie's here.
Yes, Kylie is amazing. Thank you for being here. We
Yes.
love you very much for all
And
the support
and
you've given
and
us.
going to our show.
Yes.
Yes, that's the biggest thing.
Oh yes, and see you again, inspired by Halsey's Darling, very much so. And any shows you'd like to make songs for right now? There is I think right now we really want to focus in on sending Owl House out on a really good note. But I just actually watched this show called Dead End Paranormal Park that's kind of been making the rounds in the animation discourse, and I really enjoyed that. Alex, you may be fun to know that Patrick Stump wrote
Oh,
much
now
of
I
the
need I
music
need to watch this now.
that. There's a whole episode at the end where it's just like one big musical episode, and it's all you can tell, it was written by Patrick
Right, right.
Stump. It's really good. And I would love to do a song, maybe just a one-off song or for that show. It's a lot of good emotion in that show, and I can really see why it's resonating with people. So that's definitely something we could do. Any tips for writing lyrics or how to come up with ideas? Um,
Don't ask me.
yeah, I confess I do most of the lyric writing for this. I think what I try to do more than anything else when we're writing about these shows is just find what resonates personally with me and kind of go from there. And like, what can I say about what I'm seeing on the screen? And that's, you know, I think that's been a fun thing to do as we've been working on like trying to capture moments of the shows in music and kind of put our own spin on what you're seeing on the screen. And for me, it just kind of starts with that emotional connection. Like if I can connect with something, I can kind of key into, you know, what I want to say about it. But I think the other thing that really helps is finding some kind of hook, either a lyrical hook, like for instance, Heart Start that we wrote about Any Sport in a Storm for Owl House. Like that started with this like idea of like, don't stop, I feel my heart start. And that was like a hook that I could latch onto and build around. So that's always a big thing that that I like to try to latch onto for that. But
I also think,
go ahead. Yeah.
I also think like, as I was watching these shows these past 2 seasons, something we would always do was like pick the one like biggest concept that would like the biggest theme from each episode rather than trying to like specifically focus on the events of it. And I think once you settle on that, like what is the overarching story of the song, it's a lot easier rather than just trying to start from, you know, from scratch basically. But
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
and that was, I think, something key. You know, you and I would talk about like what we enjoyed most about the episode and kind of try to find something that we both felt was really interesting. And so that was very helpful too. Question: if you were given a chance, would you perform concerts outside of your hometown? Definitely.
Yes, I'm actually I'm in Columbus,
That's right.
Ohio. So I'm the only one that is doing most of this stuff remotely. So yeah, I would love to get us obviously doing stuff here, and then elsewhere if this obviously became, you know, if we got enough people that were interested in, you know, us going other places, then yeah, we would definitely want to do that.
Touring costs a lot of money though. Like I've heard from I've heard from certain bands who kind of had a moment or two, or they were out there touring on the road, like they cost money at the tours. Like it's a grind, man. But I'd love to do it like once. Like that would be fun.
Yes.
Despite how hard I know it would be and how difficult it is, that would be fun. We would love to come out and see all you guys. Like that would be amazing. You guys are from all over the world, which is just crazy to me. I never expected that we'd have any subscribers on this channel, let alone subscribers from all over the world. So thank you all so much for being here. This is really crazy. So we appreciate all of you, certainly. Another question: if you were part of the voice cast of Amphibia and the Owl House, which character would you play? Alex, what do you think? Who would you want to be if you were in the show?
Hold on. I'd love to be Gus. Well, that's just because he's one. Him and I don't know. I was gonna say Hunter, but I feel like you might also say that. I don't know though. In terms of Amphibia, give me Hop Hop. I'll do it.
you could do a little southern accent there.
Exactly. I basically just picked my favorite characters, but that's why I need to be them.
I wouldn't want to be a main character, honestly. I would just want to have a little cameo, maybe in the background. Like you remember in the Spriggs. You weren't watching the show at this time, but in Spriggs' Birthday, there's that one character where she's like, "Oh, do I pursue my professional job or do I follow my dreams of becoming a stand-up comedian? I just need a sign." And then the clown balloon flies by, and she's like, "Hey, you ever hear the one about the?" You know, I would love to do that. I would love to be like those little background characters. It just pops up and you're like, "Yo, what was that?" It was me, you know? Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good question. Which of your songs are the most emotional for you, and which are your favorite to perform? I have multiple different answers.
I want to hear your answers.
Most emotional, Every Part of You is the one for me. Also In This or Any Other World, just because it's our, that's just like, if you like Oh Geeez, then that's the song. Favorite to perform? Well, now that I've done it once,
Yeah, we've finally done a full Oh Geeez live show. So
yeah, definitely Break For It, Trouble Prone. Wow, what are the other ones? While You Were Away, I knew would be fun. Run Wild, Losers Like,
yeah,
banger.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the banger
yeah.
for Alex. Yeah. For me, I in terms of emotional, I remember getting actually kind of choked up. I was writing "Saw It in Me," just because I think
Shoot, I forgot about Saw It in Me.
with Amphibia coming to an end, and really hitting that spot. I was that one got to me in a way that I usually don't get terribly like sad emotionally when I'm writing any of these. I get excited while I'm writing because when things are going really well, it's really enthusiastic and exciting to see where they're going. But that was the one that really got me kind of emotional. Favorites to perform. Are You With Me is fun to perform. We have like a really fun ending for that song, which you should tune in on July 22nd to see us play it. That's got a fun ending to it. Break For It is a lot of energy and a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing The Moves live. That one's gonna be a lot of fun on stage, I'm hoping. So that one I'm definitely looking forward to. And then on the slower side, I like sometimes like doing some acoustic stuff, like Lay It On Me, just acoustic to kind of do a little interlude. That's fun. And again, tune in to see all of these songs played live. And from Summer Sounds this coming Friday, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, I got to catch up on these questions here. You guys are awesome. To put a smile on my face. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And we have an Ohioan.
Another Ohioan. Yeah, you got to when we come to Columbus. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm a writer as well, more of a script writer. Is it possible to use any of your songs in my scripts? Absolutely. We get this every now and then. Anything you guys want to do with our songs, you are free to do it.
Use it. Do not worry about any. Yeah.
Animatics, put it in your fanfiction, your scripts. Put it in your where else can they put it, Alex?
I don't know. Anywhere, just put it anywhere. Our main thing is like if you love it enough to include it in whatever you're doing, like by no means would we stop you from doing that.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Yeah. Have you guys heard of Taylor Swift's Willow song? Yes, I love that song. Love Taylor Swift. You have a feeling the song was inspired by the Owl House and no one knew about it. I don't know that I would go that far, but it definitely sounds like something that would belong in the Owl House. I think, actually when I was writing Wilder, Folklore and Evermore were something I had on repeat because I felt like that really captured the folk kind of, woodsy vibe of the Owl House. And that was definitely something that we kind of had in mind. I'd definitely like to do more of that kind of minor key folk stuff on the next go around. That was fun. You must hit Toronto on your world tour.
That's Shia, my Canadian friend.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. Awesome.
Yes.
If you got to get us across the border though, like you got to be able to beat us when we get there. Come on,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good question. What's a song that you're super proud of now that was really hard to create or almost didn't make it? There's I feel like a good amount of things that were hard to do.
Run Wild. We went through the ringer on that.
I almost was like about to give up on it, because that chorus was like that took a long time for that to be the way it is now. And I remember like we had like an initial version of it and both of us were like, this is just not good yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. That was a big one. I'm sure there was other stuff on that album. Bloodlines was like up until the last minute.
Was the last minute that was down to the wire on Bloodlines.
Yeah.
in terms of like the challenge, what I would call the spring summer, that's the no, not summer, the spring 2022 challenge. We were writing a song a week. Breakthrough was hard. I mean, I took about 2
Aftermath.
weeks to get that one. Aftermath was down to the wire too. I was like, what am I going to write about here? Come on. But that one turned out like, I think a lot of those, it's kind of funny. Like, you know, in the moment we made them so quickly that we were all kind of, it was kind of like, that could be better. That could be better. And then we'd go back and be like, you know what, this is actually pretty solid. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're really pleased with how a lot of those turned out. But that was a marathon, man. But I'm so happy we did it. Like
Yeah.
it got a lot of new people on board and a lot of folks that are still hanging out. So yeah, but no, I mean I think, you know, it's always, I think, worth it when you come out the other end of a challenging thing with like something you're really proud of. And so we thank you guys for sticking with us through all of that and for enjoying what we put out. Favorite song you wrote is one of the early ones, One Good Day. Yeah, that was definitely an early one.
Before my time.
Before Alex was even involved with the channel, and before I even really knew what the channel was. So that was cool. Let's see.
We've got a very for Best of Friends. Did y'all take inspiration from Bud Like You by AJR? You nailed it.
Yeah. I think AJR to me, well, I think just because of I'm Ready, I associate them with SpongeBob. But they have that vibe. Like it's big and it's extravagant and it's very colorful. And so I knew we had to kind of pull from their influence when we were working on that song for the Rehydrated movie. And it's definitely pulls a lot of influence, but that I'm really happy with that one. That one turned out really well. And when we play it live, that's actually one that goes off live. People love that one live. So that one, yeah, definitely pulled some AJR influence on that one. Were other interests that we're into other than music?
Oh, this is a big one for me.
Yeah, go on. Tell them about
Movies are my thing. Beyond TV, I'm a little movie obsessed. You could bring up almost any movie and I'll ramble for a good amount of time. Especially if you get me going about Marvel movies, that might be an issue.
You guys should have been there when
oh no,
when Spider-Man was out in theaters. It was all he was talking about. Great.
Yeah, the December 17th was a big day. Coming home and Spider-Man.
Okay. That was how about me? What else have I spend a lot of time on music and I work full time and then I come back and I do this. I enjoy theme parks. That's a big thing for me. Kind of a very early love of mine was roller coasters and amusement parks, and been lucky to have gone to a lot of them. And I enjoy being there when I get the chance. So that's another interest of mine. Let's see here. If your music was in a TV show, how would you feel about it? I would love that. I mean, I think that's kind of a big goal of ours, kind of when we were starting. I don't know if that's ever going to really happen, but you know, to get the attention of these folks who are working in animation and being like, hey, let's do a track for real, kind of thing. We would love to be involved at that level, and it's just kind of something that we'll see if we ever can get a chance to do. But that would be so much fun. I think we have such a huge respect for animation and this art form and shows and movies of that type, and to actually get a chance to do that, that'd be amazing. I think it's really cool, actually. This is something I've been thinking about a lot, that a lot of songs this year from animation, either shows or movies, have really been taken off and becoming hits. And that's really cool for me to see, because I think it shows that this medium has a lot of potential and is reaching, you know, just as many people as any others, and is producing verifiable hits. So that'd be really cool. Let's see what else we got. Alex, you see anything we should talk about
Um,
here?
Someone said,
Run Wild being a most iconic track.
yes, yes. Trying to learn the guitar.
Yes. Oh, by the way, so this
Here.
is something that comes up a lot. All of our songs, starting with the amphibious songs that we put out back in October, if you look in the description, all the chords are all there. If you guys want to learn these songs, they are all down there, and they are listed in the description. So feel free to see if you can learn those. We would love to
And our
hear your version of Oh Geeez songs.
our own guitarist Jack, who is not here, he made use of those descriptions and would learn the chords off of.
I make use of those descriptions when I completely forget what the chords are and have to relearn the songs before we play them live. Yeah. What song is Awakening inspired by? Two Green Day songs, actually. There's a song called Last Night on Earth and a song called Restless Heart Syndrome from their 21st Century Breakdown album. And that was a big inspiration for us with those. We wanted to try to see if we could mash those two ideas together and make this big rock opera thing. So that was a big undertaking too. That one was I think one of the first ones that we made that was just like, wow,
that was like the biggest feat on that album, I would say. Yeah,
absolutely. Would you be down to write a Ghost and Molly McGee inspired song? Probably. I think that I didn't really follow along with that show. I remember watching it and certainly not thinking it was bad. I mean, it was good. It just didn't hook me right off the bat. But now that the first season is over, I want to go back and like see it all the way through, because I think I'd probably like it now that I could see like the whole scope of it and know where it's going. But that's definitely something to take a look at. Let's see. For me, it's been almost a year since my so I'm curious, how did you guys discover the show? I discovered it because I happened across DuckTales one fateful day back in 2019, which seems like eternity ago, a different human experience. But I really loved DuckTales, and that reignited my interest in animation. And so I started just kind of looking around and seeing what was going on elsewhere in the world of animation, and just coming across Infinity Train and Amphibia and Owl House. And I think there were some that just kind of rose to the top via just the interest in them and what we came towards. And so I remember, kind of like Ghost of Molly McGee, when I first saw Owl House, I was like, I'm not sure I'm feeling this. And then, after as the show progressed and season one kind of came to an end, I really started to grasp it and understand how amazing it was. And by the time season two rolled around, I was fully on board. And that was, I think that this show has really proven itself to be truly something special, and I'm glad we can all be a part of it in some way. So, Ace Singer, thank you for the note there. We will certainly hope that we get there someday. Where did the name Oh Geeez come from?
I don't know.
No, So here's the long and short on the name Oh Geeez. I remember when I made this channel early 2020, I think it was. I was already involved in like a bunch of different other projects. I had another band, I had a job, and I was like, why am I adding another thing to the pile here? Like, what am I doing? Oh geez, not again. I literally said that to myself, and I was like, and then the other part of my brain was like, that should be the name of the channel. Oh geez.
That's how it started.
It's like the band Death Cab for Cutie, when they were just like, if we knew that it was going to develop a following, we would have put more time into the name. But now we can't change it. And so, but I love the name Oh Geeez.
Me too. I feel like it's very fitting for the music. I think it also kind of encapsulates the whole style. And I think I mean, the most annoying thing is that there's three E's.
Yeah,
That's
that really throws people off, but it makes for really great stage banter.
and
Really great
also
stage banter.
it's a great way to separate ourselves from just OGs in general, as the phrase. So it's sort of like if you know, you know. Well, you have to know, but
Yeah, you have to know. You
yeah.
have to know if you want to find us. You have to know about the three E's. Yeah. What are your thoughts on reboots? I mean, I loved the DuckTales reboot. I loved the DuckTales reboot. That's what started this whole thing. And I think that, they've proven kind of to be the benchmark of modernizing something with a lot of love and a lot of attention to detail. And I think that if you can do that in your reboots, all day. All day. Would love a CD if you ever make one. We have CDs.
I
Head on
have
over
them here.
to our merch store.
I have props.
Yes, you do.
We have Coming Home here. We have CDs for everything. Wilder here. And then From the Heart. So if you go to OGeez.com.
OGeez.com and get yourself a CD. They are available, and we would love to get some physical music into your hands. We are honored that you guys enjoy these enough to want to purchase them. It's very much an honor to us.
Shyok had another really good question. What do we feel are our most underrated songs? I've got a bunch.
I wish Sod and Me had done better.
Me too.
I really love that one. I don't know though. I feel like a lot of Let Me In. I really like that song. I wish that one was done a little bit better. But I mean, I feel like the songs that have done really well for us are the ones that really deserve to do really well.
Yeah.
Like there's never been a moment where I've been like, why do you guys like this one?
Right.
It's always fun. And that's the thing is like, far be it from me to complain about something that we made doing well or not doing well.
Right.
It's amazing that you guys are here in the first place and listening to what we do. So I don't want to make it sound like we're chastising you for not listening to our favorite songs. But no, I think that there are definitely some where I was just like, oh, this is a really special one for me. And sometimes it doesn't translate, but I'm just happy that you all are here.
But I will say, as my main answer, King of My Heart and Every Part of You, those two.
Yeah.
I think because they come after Run Wild and Break Forward, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough to rise above those two. Those are kind of the kings of ours right now. Yeah. Is it hard to create and produce your albums? It's a challenge. I mean, it's not easy. It's a lot of late nights and hard work, especially as we work other jobs. But it's always worthwhile. And I think that when you're making music, it's very rare that something that's done quickly is any good. Like it really takes time. And I think that that's kind of a drawback to what we do sometimes, because like I remember, for instance, when Hollow Mind aired, and within 12 hours of seeing this gorgeous fan art just flowing in, like really beautiful, really amazing stuff that was getting a lot of attention, I was just like, there's no way we could ever get something out quick enough that we could compete with this. And it's kind of a drawback to what we do, and that we have a longer turnaround time than a visual medium does often. So it's a challenge, but when we put something out and it really hits, like that makes all the difference. So yeah.
Someone said, why does Breakthrough sound like a very early Panic song?
That's interesting.
That's interesting, because like I can kind of hear like a little bit of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, just a little bit, and Vices and Virtues.
Yeah, Vices, definitely.
Yeah. So I think especially with the piano, that's a big reason why they're one of my favorite bands. So I will gladly take that comparison.
3 cheers on the new merch store. Thank you, Kylie.
That's right.
One search for Oh Geeez looking for your channel and it didn't work. Yeah, I got a bunch of Rick and Morty probably when you searched that. But no, we do that. Is this live stream going to be deleted? Nope, we'll keep it up. Owl House poster. Yes. I love this poster. It's it's something that now that like we've seen season 2 and I look at it, I'm just like, oh boy, we were not ready. We were not ready. That's firsthand that the Wilder CD is very pretty. Thank Grace O Art Yo. Go follow her on Instagram. She is amazing, and she is all to thank for Wilder. Absolutely.
Also, I just wanted to point out the comment from Artemis. They said, just popping in to say hi. You guys are one of my favorite bands. And I love your song so much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we live in a small room or an attic? No, this is just a little closet that I record all of our music in. This is the secret bunker. If you guys are longtime Oh Geeez followers, all the videos are filmed in here when I was doing reactions before we decided to switch to music. And it's a great little space. I'm very happy to have this little space. And it's just a nice little kind of controlled environment. And I love it. I love it. Sod and Me is so good. Thank you very much. Sod and Me is relatable. Thank you. And Let Me In too. Thank you, guys.
Someone asked for the merch store link, so I put it in the chat.
Drop the link in there. What nostalgic cartoon would you love to create a song inspired for? There was a brief window of time where I was watching like Teen Titans from 2003, and I thought that would be an interesting one to do a song for. Different vibe than the ones that we usually write about, but that could be interesting. That definitely is one that springs to mind for me. Every Part of You is one of my favorites, so that's nice. Sing It Started With a Blind Leap. It started with a blind leap. There you go.
There we go. Iconic.
Thoughts on show cancellations? It's unfortunate. It's fun it's been fun to be involved in these shows, and I think when they're all kind of coming to the end at one time, it's kind of depressing because it's tough to know where we want to go after this. So
and it's sad that it's such like a normal thing. Like it just seems to be like the reality of it all. Like I don't know. It's especially with the Owl House only getting like 3 more episodes. It's like I wish they didn't have to sort of write around those constraints, but
but I mean, I think they're gonna make it work. I think we're all the same boat of like they do for these last 3 episodes, but we don't want to see them too soon because we want to keep this going for as long as we can. It's I think that what's great about Owl House right now especially is that like there's just so much fan content that's coming in, and because everyone's got their own thoughts about what's going to happen in the season 3 specials, and I don't know, I have no thoughts on that. I try to keep an open mind, but it's really fun to see all that, that this community is still really strong, and we're happy to be a part of it for as long as we can. It's sad to know that like you're not going to get more content from a thing that you really love, but I think that just makes you want to enjoy what you got all the more. And it's worth remembering too that like these things don't go away. It's not like back in the day where after a show finished airing, like you had no idea when you were ever going to see those episodes again. Like now they're all available to stream, so I hope that we can continue to enjoy these shows and find some excitement and comfort in them as we do now. How's your day? It's well. How's yours? Hope you guys are doing well.
Great.
Thank you for joining us on a Sunday. Yeah. It looks like a panic room. No, it's really not. It's actually quite nice in here. Quite nice in here. Run Wild is my most favorite
We've got
song.
a lot of questions.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. What kind of
a lot of questions about the room?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the room. So honestly, all I've done is just hang a bunch of blankets in here. There's 3 blankets. This door is not covered, but I find that it works pretty well. Like, I mean, it's just this wood on the ceiling and wooden door, but there's enough the sound capturing just in these big heavy quilts. Like, it gets very warm in here, but that's really the only drawback. And I found that it honestly it works for what we needed to do. And that's I think the big thing right now in music is just that, you know, everyone's doing it. Everyone's got the Garage Band and Logic and Ableton and FL Studio, and like, you can do it anywhere. And folks who are charting like on the Hot 100 are doing it everywhere. And you know, if you want to record vocals, if you want to record, you know, any kind of audio, it's really not that difficult to get. You know, just get yourself a little microphone and try to get as controlled a space as possible, hang some blankets up in a closet, and you can make it happen. You really can. It's really cool. Let's see. Love the DuckTales reboots as well. Yeah, that was it was a lot of fun to be involved in DuckTales. That really reignited my love of animation and started this whole thing off. So thank you guys for being with us. Recently watched DuckTales reboot, very good show. Yeah, thanks for watching it. It's awesome. And I think they really did a great job of like I said earlier about reboots, just like taking what they loved from the original DuckTales and making it something brand new. And I was, as someone who had never really seen the original DuckTales, I was so impressed with what they did, and it was fun to go back and learn about it. And I think that was one of the biggest things is going back and learning about where all this stuff kind of came from, and that was a lot of fun. Which season 2 Owl House episode shocked you the most, and why? Alex, did you find anything shocking in season 2 of the Owl House?
Shocking. What's is it called Reaching Out? Is that the episode I'm thinking of?
That's the one where Amity's doing
that's the Lay It On Me one, right?
Yeah, that's Lay It On Me. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That one.
I love that you associate the episodes with the song to recognize them. Yeah.
That is, yes. That one just surprised me because as a new viewer of the show, I was just amazed by the level of depth and like the emotional beats in that episode. I think were really well written. So I wouldn't say it necessarily shocked me, but it was it sort of caught me by surprise, because up until that point I thought it was a fun show, but that was one that like really got me.
Yeah, absolutely. One that shocked me, I gotta say, I did not expect Bellows to be just completely smashed by the Collector in King's Tide. That was a whoa moment for me, but that was fun. That's a great episode. I really could not have.
And the way that season. And the way that ends, that whole finale is obviously quite the shock.
Voice actors have to record their lines at home. Yep, definitely. So yeah, we're all in our own secret bunkers doing this thing, guys. It really is. Would you consider buying a Dewey plushie? Yes, I would. They're so hard to come by, though. Like, I'm so happy we got our little Huey plush. He has been such an amazing prop for us, just really representing the band, and you know, we take him with him everywhere we go. So I feel very lucky that we got him, because it's so hard to find those guys now. It's crazy. Which of the confirmed cut content are you most disappointed about? I'm going to be real with you. I feel like the Owl House did such a great job telling its story that I don't know that it's really important, any of the stuff that we really missed. I think they told a really great story even without it. I would have loved to have seen Bartholomew and Steve be brothers. That would have been really sweet. Dana did talk about that, but I mean, I try not to let that bother me. I try to just kind of work with what we've got and roll with the punches. And I think that they, out of any team of folks working in animation right now, they have done an amazing job of rolling with an ungodly amount of punches. And to have season 2 turn out as well as it did, and really just, I can't imagine what they could even add to season 2 to make it any better. It was just so perfect, like all the way through. It's disappointing that, they had more stuff planned and didn't get to see it through, but they've certainly done an amazing job with what they've got to work with. Let's see. Have you seen the Chip and Dale movie? No, I haven't. I don't know. There's something about that just kind of makes me a little cautious. I've kind of been giving that one the side eye, but I'll probably end up seeing it. I feel like it hits the same way Space Jam does. Like, if you're into that kind of humor, I feel like you're gonna have a fun time. If you're not, and I'm not so much about the self-referential, meta humor. I think that's kind of been overused in recent years. So I'm not chomping at the bit to see that, but I'll probably end up watching it at some point just to say that I did. Let's see here. Reboot Darkwing Duck is going to be crazy. I hope they end up making that. I really do. They've been talking about that for so long. I'm hoping that actually comes to fruition. But here's a good question. Between Owl House and Amphibia, which do you think has the upper hand in the music score department? That's interesting. I think that Amphibia has more moments that I can point to and just be like, that was an amazing musical moment. I think Owl House has a lot of really great music that works well with the scenes, but there's only a few moments that I would like pick out from the score and be like, that's something I would listen to all the time. But I feel like TJ Hill is great with melody. He's just really has this command of great melodies, and like Anne's theme the first time she gets powered up and is fighting Andreas in True Colors, like that's just a musical moment that has stuck with me for so long. It's so amazing. And
I would agree with Amphibia just because, I mean, just from what I've seen, it feels a little more like intentional and purposeful. Like there's even obviously like those motifs that you can pick up on and things like that.
And those things exist in Owl House, but I think they're a little bit, Brad Breek has hidden them a little bit more. So it's a fun scavenger hunt to go through and find the stuff. But I think, for me being, and for us, I think really being pop music writers, TJ Hill, I think kind of hits that chord a little bit more. So right. I would lean towards that one. Let's see.
Oh, we got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, we do. Oh boy, I gotta hurry up here. Never saw the original DuckTales either, but learned about it through Shaunicus. Yes, he was a big part of what my learning about DuckTales as well. And shout out to guys named Sean as well. Gotta be honest, the only reason that I kept the first 5 episodes of season 2 straight is the songs. Oh, thank you very much.
Me too.
If someone commissioned you guys to do a theme song for their show, would you like to do it? Sure, absolutely. Who wrote the words to the songs? That would be me. I am the lyric writer of this operation. Let's see. Yeah, Lucy's monologue to Amity about her dad is so amazing. Yeah, and Sarah is incredible. Everyone is incredible. I mean, I every VA on that is just out of this world. Incredible. The Collector deserves a song. Yes, he does. And that's actually one thing that I'd pick out from Brad's score that's really amazing. And everybody's been talking about it, but the Collector theme in King's Tide is crazy. It's awesome. Last album you listened to that you loved? Oh, Alex, it's a good one for you. What's the last album?
I thought it would be a good one for me, but I've listened to too much Oh Geeez recently. I was going to say From the Heart. I'll say
you could say that From the Heart's the best thing you've listened to. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and say that. Yeah.
I'll say they're not too big, but this band Jukebox to Go's put out a new album called Cheers, and I love that. So that's honestly 2022 outside of our music. I've been more focused on our music than I am other music, which is
that's true.
It's rare for me. It's rare
when you're making so much music. Yeah.
I used to be so good about it. Now I'm just like, I'm gonna be one of OG's top listeners. I'm telling you. So yeah. Favorite Owl House characters. I sort of touched on mine. I also, besides Hunter and Gus, I think Luce and Amity are probably my biggest, the biggest thing that I was drawn to from the start, just as like a newcomer to these shows.
In terms of like writing lyrics, I find it very fun to get into Luce's mind, Hunter's mind, and Amity's mind. That's it's fun to write from their perspective, and I think that those have been some really great songs that we've done as from their perspectives. Those would be some of my favorites. Let's see. Wish the other Covenant were explored more, though. Yeah, that's a good point. They seem like an interesting bunch. That would be fun. Favorite characters from House, Amphibia, and DuckTales. Should I speak on DuckTales really quick, Alex?
Yes.
My favorite DuckTales characters are Fenton, Launchpad, and Huey, and Dewey as well. I think that if you meet me in person, I am a lot like Huey. But if you see me on a stage, I'm a lot like Dewey. And you can see that for yourself on July 22nd when we stream our Summer Sound show. I am going to be doing some fun stuff up there. Amphibious music is so good. Yes, it is. What would happen if the Darkwing Duck reboot doesn't connect with the fans of many with the DuckTales reboot? I feel like it probably isn't going to. I think that's going to be, if it does happen, I think it will be done by a different group of people. But I don't think that doesn't mean it could be great. It could certainly still be great. DuckTales intro is so catchy, absolutely. No Big Deal is Amphibious' best music moment. They've certainly got a lot of mileage out of that song. I mean, they have repurposed that in so many different ways. TJ Hill is great at repurposing melody. Like I said, he's just got such a great way with melody, and when he can sneak things into each other and blend it together, and it's really amazing. Flight of the Moth is good. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great bit. In the shows you've made songs for, what's your favorite leitmotif? Definitely Anne's theme. I have loved incorporating that into our own music, and it's just such a beautifully, beautifully simple piece of music, and it's really great. Can confirm Sean gives Huey vibes in the best way. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Favorite Disney movie and song. Ooh. What would you say, Alex?
Favorite Disney movie. Song?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can do it. Wow. Give me a minute. I need to think on this. Favorite Disney movie. Dang. I gotta look stuff up because I there's actually a lot that I would pick probably.
While you're thinking about that, did you know the Amphibious Season 3 trailer was made by Jake Neutron? Yes, and he actually was very nice enough to share one of our songs. So definitely love what he does. He's a very cool guy.
I'll say for my answer, these wouldn't be my favorites, but all of the recent, a lot of the recent Disney Pixar ones. Soul I really liked.
Yes,
Luca I just thought was really like visually pleasing. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Onward I thought was pretty underrated. I thought that was pretty good too. I liked the whole theme of it, and maybe I also just like Tom Holland too much, but
maybe.
Yeah. Kylie asked, what's your favorite song to sing and play on drums respectively?
How about you, Alex? Yeah.
Those are pretty easy for me. Again, Break For It is probably my favorite drum part in a way, especially the bridge. And then While You're Away is just a really fun, a little more complex part. I think The Moves is going to be fun though. That's what I'm excited for. Hard Start. That's another one.
Hard Start, yeah. My favorite one to sing, I love starting the show off with Run Wild. That's just such a great opening song, and we really hit that first chorus really great. Break For It's a lot of fun, and so is Trouble Prone has really grown on all of us. Like, I think, when we first put that one out, I think we were kind of rushing to kind of catch up with the shows at that point. And we were kind of just like, all right, next one, got to keep going. But going back to that one, that's a really fun song. I'm so proud of that song, and I love playing that live. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to answer. My favorite Disney song. My favorite Disney song is "Look Through My Eyes" from Brother Bear. Everyone loves to talk about Phil Collins writing the Tarzan soundtrack, and I love the Tarzan soundtrack. But that one has always stuck with me. I don't know why. I think that was one of the very first movies that I saw as a kid, and that song has really, really stuck with me. I love that song. All three Calamity Girl themes are very, very cool. Yes. Do you guys like musicals and Broadway? I wish that I was more into Broadway. I really do. I think that it's I think that it's really an art form that I wish I could get into more. And it's something that I've always wanted to get into more. I haven't been able to do that. Yeah.
For me, there's a lot of like musical movies that I've loved. La La Land is probably one of my favorite movies ever. Tick Tick Boom was good. I like Hamilton a lot.
I had a Hamilton phase myself, definitely.
Yeah. And then I also did theater in high school, so we did a lot of musicals there. And that was always like my favorite thing. Because I did sound.
Oh,
So it
really?
was,
Nice. I didn't know that.
yeah, so it was fun to like learn those songs and everything. So we did like Big Fish, Beauty and the Beast, a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's like the closest I've gotten to like experiencing that a lot. But yeah, who do you relate to the most from Amphibia and the Owl House? Relate to? Huh. What for you?
Who do I relate to most? Honestly, Luce was a character that when I first saw her, I had a tough time kind of getting into, but now that she's really been developed, I relate to her a lot. Like just this person who wants to attack every situation with positivity and like try to find some light at the end of the tunnel, even when it seems hopeless. I try as hard as possible to have that mindset in my life, and I think that that's something definitely about that. From Amphibia, I relate to the most, probably Marcy. Definitely Marcy. Just in that she's very much in her own head, even when she doesn't want to be. And I think that can, makes it hard for her to kind of come out to people when she needs to. But the kind of Lewis on the positive end, Marcy on more of the negative end for me. But I definitely love both those characters a lot.
What inspired the moves besides the episode?
If you're trying to get me to say that it was inspired by the canceling of both Amphibia and the Owl House, definitely it was.
And also, I think your whole goal was that you needed to write like a dance pop song.
Oh yeah, definitely.
so
Definitely. Some folks talking about Trouble Prone being their favorite from Coming Home. Definitely. That song has aged so well.
I felt like that was one where when we were doing it, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Which is funny now because it's like, yeah, we need that. Like now to me, it's like a staple. So
yeah, so it was very unintentionally bittersweet, and I think that now that the show has come to an end, and you can kind of see it through that lens, it's taken on a new meaning, and I really love that. This bot, get out of here, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
Let's see here. We go for a couple more minutes here. If you ever made a Hunt Low inspired song, what would you name it? I don't know. I want to make sure the show goes there first before we do a song about it. So I would love to see kind of what the show, where the show goes with their relationship before I think about any specifics of doing something like that. What was your reaction the first time you watched Hollow Mind? I think the interesting thing about Hollow Mind is that it didn't tell us anything we didn't know. Like we knew Bellows was Philip. We knew Hunter was a Grimwalker, had been speculating that, and yet it was so good, like in how they did it. Like they made all those reveals that we knew were coming just hit with such impact. And so I can't say I was stunned or shocked by it, but I thought it was just an expertly crafted episode, as were pretty much every episode of season 2. Just really, really good. What inspired you to reuse and modify lyrics between songs? I think just to kind of keep a sense of cohesion whenever we could, just to kind of find these themes and lyrical motifs that we enjoyed, be it like swing to action or coming home or what else have we reused kind of in that way? Or the entirety of In This or Any Other World, like just to make this feel less like, here's a song, but rather that this is an ever expanding work, really, and they all relate to each other.
Yeah, and I also think even though Coming Home is inspired by Amphibia, Wilder's by Owl House, like we want to still have this all be like a cohesive thing where if you follow each album, you can sort of keep up that way, even if you're not familiar with the shows. Also, just want to give a little shout out to Mariana's Trench, one of our favorite bands. That's where that idea comes from.
Definitely.
Do you like reality competitions? Yes, I do. I love I love any sort of cooking show. I have a bit of a problem where sometimes if I'm bored at nights, I just go on binge. I go on binges of like Gordon Ramsay food competitions. It's quite interesting, but yeah, that's pretty much the only one though for me.
Trouble Prone being your favorite. Thank you, Kylie. Love that you love that song. We brought it back for you, and I think that you were right. Really inspired us to love it as well. Yeah, we need Luce's version of Coming Home. Yeah, we really do. Yeah, she's basically she's showing up at the doorstep too now. Gotta get her in there. Favorite from Coming Home is Walking Your World. That's an interesting one.
I love that one.
That was one
of my favorites.
Kind of one of the first ones too that we were really working on. Tangled would be an interesting name. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hunter and Willow. I love all the excitement for him, but I really want to see where Dana wants to take that. We'll see what she ends up doing with that. To Marcy and Anne the most, especially in All
In. Kylie said In This World and Eyes Open are great. Oh yeah. See, Eyes Open, that's another one for me. He sent it to me. That was like one of I don't know. It wasn't one of the last ones, but when he sent it to me, I almost cried because I'm like, it's genius. I'm not gonna
journey.
Journey. So I'm not taking any credit there, but yeah. We got a Gordon Ramsay fan in here.
Another Gordon Ramsay, nice. Have you seen anything about Disney's upcoming animated series Hamster and Gretel? I have. I think the thing I'll be interested most in is when Dan Povenmire kind of tried to do Milo Murphy's Law. I feel like that show kind of lived and died in the shadow of Phineas and Ferb, and I wonder how much Phineas influence there'll be in that one. I think. He's certainly thing that was that much of a juggernaut and that much of a cultural touchstone. It's tough to come out of that shadow, and so I'll be interested to see kind of how he does that. Anything else?
Oh, this is an interesting question. If you could relive one moment of your life, what would it be?
I'm hoping it's going to be when we play Summer Sounds on July 22nd.
Well, yeah. See, I was going to say Summerfest, so I do get to technically relive it.
You do, yeah. We get to play.
I also will say hearing, not to make it all specific to this stuff, but hearing Wilder for the first time, like the night that we were done with it.
That was fun. Yeah, when you and I
it was very rewarding.
We're on the Zoom call, just
because after like 4 weeks of pure just doing this thing like crazy, it was in fact,
that's something that you guys might not know about is we made Wilder basically in 4 weeks. it was a mad dash. Like we were
nice kind of reference.
We'd been trying to. Oh no, thank you. Wasn't even intentional. But we've been trying to kind of work on those songs throughout December and January, but we really weren't getting anywhere. And then the word came down that the show was coming back on March 19th, and I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta get this album going. And so
Sean called me like a month before the album came out, and he's like, we're gonna write 10 songs and it's gonna be an album. I'm like, okay. So that was that.
That was that. How do you come up with lyrics? What is your creative space? I need to be mobile when I'm working on lyrics. I like to have some space, just walk around in and kind of think of stuff. And so I can't be stationary. Like I have to be in a space where I can kind of be turning words over in my mind as I'm working on stuff. So I don't necessarily have a space, but I can, if you've got a big enough space where I can just kind of be in there with my thoughts, I can turn that into my creative space. But that's a good question. Thank you for asking. Can you leak anything that's next for Oh Geeez, or do we just have to stay tuned? Let's see. If everything goes according to plan, we'll be getting in the studio with someone new.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully soon. And I don't know if you guys are going to be familiar with this person, but if you are, it may make some of you go, "What?" So I'm hoping we get at least one reaction like that.
Yeah.
Of just like,
especially if you're, well, if anybody was like from Milwaukee, they should know. But and then yeah, after that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
After that, we don't know. I mean, that's the thing about us, is that we do a lot of stuff kind of spur of the moments, and you know, I would love it if we could have more of a schedule, but the fact of the matter is we kind of rely on other content right now. But I think we're trying to kind of moving away from that. Like I would love to do a record with Oh Geeez that isn't tied to a show. Just
right, and just see
what happens.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's something that we haven't really done yet. And I think that's something that we've kind of realized, is that, like, you know, you guys know us because we write about your favorite shows, but you guys don't really know much about us. And so I think that's something that we're trying to bring in a little bit more, is like, you know, who are we as a band? And that's something that somebody asked. But Cody's asking, how long is this going to go on for today? I don't know, Alex, how long do you want to do this?
Let's say till like 2:15 my time, 1:15.
Okay, so like a couple more minutes. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now we can get a couple more thoughts in here. Curious about you guys' dynamic. How much influence each of you have over parts of a song? I think me being kind of the lyric writer, I find that I kind of drive it more. Though I love getting input from Alex and Jack. Like whenever we can bring in Jack, especially, things really tend to get a lot better, I think. And but Alex and I are very much in contact when we're working on these. Like even though we live, you know, in very different parts of the country, I think that we try our best to really be a team on this and make sure that, you know, we're what's going on and know the direction that we're going. At the end of the day, you know, at some point we all have to get together and play these songs. So we want to make sure that when we get there,
right. I also think, at least from my perspective, this just comes naturally with being the drummer, but it's more so about like song structure, like trying to figure that out. Cause like Run Wild is a great example where like the bridge was pretty different originally. And so we sort of, especially with that album, there was a lot of like back and forth on ideas and stuff. But yeah, lyrics, he doesn't want my input. No, I'm kidding.
No, I do.
I know. But I trust him with pretty much everything. So yeah, it as long as we're like on the same page, which it's helpful that we almost always are.
Yeah.
It tends to work well, even though it's all done through like phone calls and such.
But I think it's a testament to, like, you know, how that can work. I mean, really, we have made it work very well. And I think that, you know, we've become kind of a well-oiled machine making these little songs. And again, I've been just so amazed and honored the audience that these have found. And I hope that that keeps growing and that we keep finding people with this. So it's a lot of fun. Love your cover of the Year 3000. Yes, we love playing that song, and you should hear it with Alex in it, because he makes it even better, and that's become a staple of our set lists. Absolutely. Like to see a video of you guys producing music, sometimes even a montage. Yeah, I wish that was something that we could do. It just you kind of need someone on the outside kind of filming and kind of compiling everything. And we do this all ourselves. There's no one else in this team really, aside from the folks that we call in to help sometimes. So it's tough to capture this stuff as it's happening. And
I guess
I would love to do more of that if we only had more time and more people handy to do it. Yeah.
And I guess things could be captured, which you've done sometimes in the past, like after the fact, and just going through like how something was made. I think that could also be interesting. But yeah, as far as like specific moments of things happening, like in capturing that in real time, like that would be pretty difficult.
Yeah. But we would love to do it. I'm just coming out to say love the music, and I'm listening to it right now. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Could you make a music video? Yes, we would love to make a music video. I've been dreaming up music video concepts for years now. But that's another thing that takes a lot of time and a lot of money and
a lot of planning.
A lot of planning, absolutely. But
for it to be good,
one of these days, we are absolutely doing a music video. It is going to happen, and it's going to be. You guys are going to love it. I guarantee it.
And I know when the song comes, whatever it will be, we'll know that like we have to do it. Hopefully.
Absolutely.
So.
All right. Just want to drop
last minute questions.
Yeah, and any last minute questions. Also want to know, what were you guys' favorite episodes of the shows that just aired here, of season 3 of Amphibia or season 2 of Owl House? What would you guys say were your favorites?
Yeah, I'm very curious because I think I'm mostly, as far as like the ones that really were huge trending things on Twitter and stuff like that. It made sense to me always. The ones that were so I think those are obviously the more obvious ones, but I am curious if there's any sort of smaller scale ones that people loved.
While those are coming in, should I play a little acoustic rendition of something?
Oh, that'd be great. A little live performance.
What should we do? What should I play here?
Also, I just put the merch store in the chat again.
Nice.
I'm our promo guy now.
Well, yeah. Promo that, and also promo. July 22nd.
That's right. July 22nd.
6 p.m. We're gonna be live on here. We're gonna be on a stage. It's gonna be really cool.
6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
All
the other time zones. 6 p.m. Central is the one you want to know about. Let's see here. What should we do here? Should we do a little? Oh, we should Bright We Burn from DuckTales. Played that song in a long time. I'm sorry. I don't even remember how to play Bright We Burn. Oh my gosh. But okay. Break for It and Coming Home. Okay, those are the first two I saw. Break for It and Coming Home. We'll do those.
Let's go.
All right, Break for It. Well, I was burning through all of my years, eyes low, tooth in someone else's gear. You were everything they warned about, and I tried to be an island, but I can't deny it. Whenever you come around, you got me like sneaking out in the midnight hour, questioning every high. Break for it, tell you there ain't nothing that I wouldn't break for it. Dreaming when I should concentrate, every rule on every page. Break for it, tell you there ain't nothing that I wouldn't break for it. Oh, good Lord, just look at me in my school clothes, staring down a fiercest beast. Whoa, whatever happened to go star straight? Yes, ma'am, right away, and step on time. I swear I'm trying so hard to be perfect. Tell me, is it worth it? Whenever you come around, you got me like sneaking out in the midnight hour, Question every higher, break for it, tell you there ain't nothing that I wouldn't break for it. Dreaming when I should concentrate, every rule on every page. Break for it, tell you there ain't nothing that I wouldn't break for it. Break for it, tell you there ain't nothing that I wouldn't break for it.
Woohoo! That was fire.
Thank you. And then coming home. Breathing in, breathing out, and pushing past every doubt. Know these streets blind, but I can't find the way I need to go. Familiar in every way, facing your every frame. And nothing has changed, but you don't know me anymore. I've been dreaming of this moment and counting down the days. Standing on your sidewalk, I don't know what to say. I've run faster than I ever have, falling down without a place to land. Lost hope a time or two, lost friends finding a way back to you. Broken down and I may never mend, still not certain where the story ends. Miles and miles upon this road, a million more to go, and I'm coming home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If I seem nervous and anxious or pacing impatient, it's taking my all to stop breaking down. I've run faster than I ever have, falling down without a place to land. Lost hope a time or two, lost friends finding a way back to you. Broken down and I may never mend, but still not certain where the story ends. Miles and miles upon this road, a million more to go. I'm coming home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ooh, it was really tempting to not do the dun 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 dun, dun, dun at the end.
Nice. Thank you guys. Let me just quick see what you guys said about your favorite episodes. All In, Hollow Mind, Amphibia Finale from beginning to of the end to Hardest Thing. Yes. Reaching Out in Cloud Horizon, definitely. To all of you guys who are listing the other songs, I think we're gonna do we might try to do a stream in maybe in September where you guys can just request any song and we'll play it for you.
Yeah. We have to have a whole thing dedicated to it.
Labyrinth Runners, yeah, Labyrinth Runners was great. I love that episode. All In, Hardest Thing, Core and the King, Livia and Yunnan, King's Tide, Cause on the Horizon, Reaching Out. Thank you guys. I'm glad you like the song. Reaching Out, yeah, Reaching Out, definitely. I think that one for me really stands out as just an incredibly solid piece of television. Like it doesn't have so much to do with like the story, but it as a self-contained episode, it's really just phenomenal. All right, folks, anything else we should talk about while we're on the stream here?
Someone said they never listened to Break For It until today. Great song.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you. All right. I think we'll pack it up here then. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon. This is fun.
We honestly didn't know what to expect going into this. Oh, I forgot I changed to this coming home thing during your performance. It's been great to be on this channel for pretty much the first time.
Yeah, thank you for
honored to be here. Yes. And yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, I think we're good. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we really appreciate all the support you guys have given us. It's truly amazing. And we really would not be doing this without you guys. So thank you so very much. And we'll hope to see you live on this channel on July 22nd
That's right.
From Summer Sounds. It's going to be great. You guys are going to love it.
Yes.
All right. Until next time. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.